It's not that often that a sequel is better than the original, but Sonic 2 pulled it off when they introduced Tails and Knuckles and more Easter eggs of the video game. Absolutely love Sonic 2. I watched that movie over and over with my kids, and now Sonic 3 comes out introducing Shadow, which promises even more video game Easter eggs. And you know what? It's even more rare that a third movie in a trilogy surpasses both the original and the sequel, but that's exactly what Sonic 3 did. Sonic 3 blew my mind. This is easily the best of the trilogy. Shadow is the perfect addition to the Sonic world. And there's a huge surprise at the end, but I won't spoil it for you. But you know what? I might spoil it for you at the very end of this video if you want to know what the post-credit scene is. You have been warned, there is a spoiler, and I will let you know before I say it. But this movie was so much fun. There was no dull points to this movie. Got right into it from the beginning. There's lots of laughter. Sonic has his little one-liners, but there is a huge life lesson to this as well. Sonic is learning things. I guess they're trying to teach the audience as well. Be true to who you are. Do the right thing. Make the right choices. And Sonic definitely is tested in this area. I love Shadow. I was a huge Knuckles fan, but Shadow, Shadow. Keanu Reeves did a fantastic job with Shadow. He has that John Wick swagger to him. I think they even pulled a scene from John Wick where he's standing in the rain or just walking slow in the rain, and he just has that look in his eyes. I was like, John Wick. Right there is John Wick. And that's okay. I am glad they threw that in there. It's a cute little thing for, you know, the adults to pick out who might have watched it. But Keanu Reeves definitely threw his personal twist on Shadow, and I think it was great. Sonic was nurtured as a kid. Shadow wasn't. But they both have loved ones that they lost, and they dealt with that grief in different ways. Obviously, Sonic turned into the hero. Shadow, well, he's looking for vengeance. But is that really Shadow's fault? That's the question here. Is Shadow just an angry hedgehog, or has he been manipulated? Of course, if we're talking manipulation, the only person that can do that is Dr. Eggman. Obviously, Jim Carrey back as Eggman, and now he's playing the grandfather as well. So we got a guy who's playing Dr. Robotnik and Dr. Robotnik. This is actually the first movie where he has played two characters in the same movie, and also the first trilogy that he has ever played the same character 3 times. Just a little fun fact for you. Thought you'd want to know that. He plays off himself really, really well. Obviously, you would know how to do that. If you're playing off yourself, you would know how to play off yourself. So you're playing the older Dr. Robotnik, the grandfather, and the younger Dr. Robotnik, or the one we know probably more. I mean, unless you grew up in that era, then you know it anyway. But I love how he did it. The banter back and forth between the two doctors, and they think they're after the same thing, but then they realize they're not after the same thing. It's crazy, it's confusing, it's fun. There's lots of laughter. There's a dance scene in there that my kids absolutely went haywire over. It was a lot of fun. My daughters were absolutely loving the movie. They were glued to the screen, having so much fun with Sonic and... Okay. All right, so obviously you guys loved the movie, right?
Yes.
What was your favorite part?
Luna, you go first.
I loved where Sato was being doing bad stuff, and then Shadow and Sonic made friends.
They were friends. What about you?
I liked it when they dropped the emerald and then they both got into the gold power. I loved that.
Oh, okay. We won't get too many spoilers, but yeah. So it was an action-packed movie. Mm-hmm. No boring parts, right?
No.
It was so much fun. What about Dr. Robotnik? You had a funny part. We don't tell them what the funny part was, but you remember the very funny part you laughed at?
Yes.
Yeah, there was a very funny part. They had a really good time. All right, so is it your favorite Sonic movie?
Yes.
And there they go. Overall, plain and simple, this was awesome. I love this movie. You're going to love this movie. I think this is definitely going to require a fourth movie. And the reason I say that, and here is your spoiler. If you don't want to know the end of the post-credits, click off the video now, but make sure you subscribe before you do that. Ready? The post-credits scene. Sonic is running through the woods and runs across a handful of mechanical Sonics. Tries to fend them off, and all of a sudden gets help from a stranger in a cloak. Pulls back the cloak, and who is it? None other than Amy with her hammer. I was over the moon. My 6-year-old has lost her mind because Amy is her absolute favorite character. So Amy is now in the picture. I thought she looked great and definitely, to me, solidified there's going to be a fourth movie. So that being said, I want you to let me know what your thoughts of Sonic 3 were down in the comments. How much fun did you have with it? Please make sure you hit that subscribe button and like button on your way out. And I'll see you at the concession stands.